When the steel mills left South Chicago, the community found itself facing an uncertain future.
All of a sudden, you get a lot more need for social services here on the southeast side. Houses were experiencing a lot of deferred maintenance issues, and shops were closing up on Commercial Avenue. There was no hope.
Claretian Associates brought new hope to South Chicago, building over 126 affordable homes in a 12-square-block area. This began with the 1995 development of Villa Guadalupe, providing 53 safe and affordable senior housing units.
When we actually did the Villa Guadalupe, there hadn't been a building permit pulled in 10 years in South Chicago.
But the Claretian Associates understood early on that building community takes more than just building houses.
You have to work with the schools, you have to work with the businesses, you have to work with the other social service providers. It takes all of us to build a healthy community.
Their community-wide involvement includes collaborating with neighborhood partners in preserving public spaces, helping to open an art center, leadership training, and a class in financial literacy.
My goal is to see that my kids get through college, through managing my money better, closing out accounts, not using charge cards, paying cash. I'm learning how to do that.
The South Chicago Advisory Committee was formed to provide a sounding board for the constituents of this neighborhood, namely the residents, so that things don't happen here in this community without the residents having a very active and very involved voice in what goes on in our backyard.
The steel mills may be gone, but thanks to help from Claretian Associates, South Chicago is once again a community with a rich history and a strong future. Serving 300 families a day, the 60,000 square foot Adele and Robert Stern Red Shield Center is an inviting addition to the Englewood community.
When the community first heard about it, it was probably unbelievable that this multi-million-dollar facility was going to happen in Englewood, where there hadn't been that kind of investment. And so people were extremely excited about not only what it can do in terms of programming, but what it can do in terms of attracting other investment.
This Salvation Army facility boasts flexible space, natural light, and offers recreation opportunities for young people, childcare, and social services.
We have basketball tournaments, people are working out, all kinds of healthy things that you can do as a family. The kids and the grandparents can get together. So we are really excited about the building.
My son is 7 years old. He comes to the after-school program for tutoring. He reads 30 minutes a day in a group. So he's very excited about it. So when he comes home, that's all he talks about.
A building is just brick and mortar, and it doesn't change a single life. What changes people's lives is the relationship that's developed with another person.
By me, having to go to work, so he comes here after school. This place has been a blessing in my life, truly.
A whole new community is rising on the near west side. A mixed-income development, Roosevelt Square will provide 2,400 homes when completed.
The challenge in creating a successful mixed-income community is making sure that it ends up being a community. And it's extremely important that every member of the community feels like they're living in their neighborhood.
Land once overshadowed by one of the city's oldest and largest public housing complexes, Roosevelt Square has transformed what was once a divided neighborhood.
I was petrified to go up across Taylor Street. They couldn't come over there, we couldn't come over here, the same as 18th Street. We couldn't go, just stay in your own neighborhood, basically.
A combination of subsidized and market rate rental and for sale homes will ultimately make up this neighborhood. For some of the former public housing residents, this major transformation created early on concern.
Change has always been kind of scary when you haven't never heard of it and you have no idea what it's going to do, especially when you've been exposed to a lot of what they call lies.
Developers Related Midwest, along with Quest Development and Heartland Housing, collaborated with members of the community on the project's design, resulting in a neighborhood that truly reflects the community's needs.
The singular goal was to develop this community in a way where the rental and the affordable and the for-sale housing were indistinguishable.
It was important to us to reintroduce the street grid so that the project didn't turn its back on the surrounding neighborhoods and was integrated with the surrounding neighborhoods. The community appreciated that and let us know that the low-density, low-rise housing with diverse architectural character was important to it.
But it's absolutely a good place to raise a kid nowadays.
St. Leonard's mission is to provide time and space for formerly incarcerated men and women to begin the rebuilding of their lives. When men and women first exit the Illinois prison system, they're at a particularly vulnerable time in their life. Many will either fall back into patterns of behavior that will send them back to prison, or they'll be at a point where they can make some changes and do what's necessary not to return to prison.
For Kelly Randolph, St. Leonard's offered a way out of a lifelong cycle of crime and substance abuse.
The drug selling, the drug using, all of that, I was a part of it. And that's what kept leading me to the penitentiary.
The last time Kelly left prison, he wanted to start over.
I pulled my prison record out and I showed him from this year right here to this year right here, this is all you got. It's me coming in and out of this place. I need some help. Something has to stop.
St. Leonard's provides both temporary and long-term housing, where shelter is combined with supportive services.
Once we provide food, clothing, and shelter, then we're able to say to an individual, now, let's stop and figure out what's going on in your life. And we find people will make good choices when they're provided with viable, possible alternatives.
The new Michael Barlow Center offers job training and educational courses. Among the people served by St. Leonard's, recidivism rates are dramatically reduced.
St. Leonard's replaces hopelessness with hopefulness. It replaces the idea that you can't with the notion that yes, you can. And if people can get that feeling, then they can do practically anything in the world.
For Kelly Randolph, that meant finally earning a high school degree.
I believe that it is my second chance, and I'm doing all that I can not to make waste of it.